Welcome back, viewers. My colleague Vijay remains to be staying with us straight from the Chennai airport, where TVK Supremo and Tamil superstar Vijay is currently about to reach, of course, to travel to Delhi in a chartered aeroplane to face the CBI questioning. Vijay, what's the latest you're picking up on the ground? What's the sense and the visuals you're picking up? And also, if you could take our viewers through the entire timeline of the case while you're at it, Vijay. Over to you.
Yes, you see, just in a minute, in a 2 to 3 minutes, Vijay is expected to reach here, and his vehicle almost reached the Chennai airport, and I think he had entered the Chennai airport. We are just trying to show those visuals for you. Yes, he had reached here, and you can see his vehicle coming inside the Chennai airport, and here the third vehicle is Vijay's vehicle. And as far as investigation is concerned, you know, following the Supreme Court order, the CBI started the enquiry, and even Supreme Court ordered for a retired judge panel to monitor the CBI enquiry, and the investigation started on the October 17th. That when the CBI actually was, you see, Vijay had reached here. Vijay's vehicle is here. We're able to see in visuals. Vijay is on front seat, and he's going inside the airport. Our Vijay is showing you all the visuals, and Vijay is going just inside the airport. And investigation is concerned, you know, following the Supreme Court order, the CBI started the enquiry, and Vijay is expected to, there was a many round of investigation from the CBI, and where the CBI inquired the eyewitnesses of Karur Stampede, and there was more than 200 eyewitnesses were inquired by the CBI in the Karur itself, and they even inspected the Velusamipuram where exactly the stampede unfolded. And there was a round of talks between the CBI officials, or also inquired the TVK second line leaders like Adav Arjuna, CTR Nirmal Kumar, and even N. Anand, the general secretary of the party. They appeared before the CBI last week just to speak about, just to inquire, just to submit what all the things happened. They allegedly submitted saying that there were lapses as far as state government is concerned in providing the security for the Karur rally, TVK chief Vijay's rally, and then only even TVK was keep on alleging, saying that there was some sort of conspiracy behind this, and they alleged that the DMK government involved this. However, DMK denied those allegations, and then CBI just now CBI had summoned the Vijay, and he had reached the airport. He is expected to appear before the CBI headquarters this morning between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So this is very important development, and politically speaking, Congress and other opposition parties accuse BJP government using CBI to pull Vijay into the alliance ahead of 2026 election. Very importantly, it is noted that there were delay in Jananayagan also. Vijay's farewell film, it is said to be Vijay's farewell film. So there is delay in Vijay's Jananayagan. So the opposition parties like Congress link those two events as saying that there are some sort of pressure on Vijay. Even DMK said Chief Minister M.K. Stalin himself questioned the BJP government over the Jananayagan issue without naming the Jananayagan. He also supported Vijay over this. But however, TVK had to comment on this, both the Jananayagan issue and both the CBI inquiry. TVK had to make official comment on this, because TVK only asked for the CBI inquiry. On the other side, TVK spokesperson and TVK leaders refused to comment on Jananayagan issue. So all will get end today. It is expected to end today, because Vijay is expected to appear before the CBI inquiry and oppose the CBI inquiry. TVK second line leaders like Adav Arjuna or CTR Nirmal Kumar or Arun Raj may speak with the press. They will address what was the summons about, what was the questions asked by the CBI to the Vijay. So we don't have clear information what was the summons about. But as far as the summons is concerned, you know, the CBI last week CBI inquired the driver who used the vehicles, Vijay's campaign vehicle. They even inspected the Vijay's campaign vehicle, and they also collected all the CCTV footages from there, and the investigation is going on. It is very important development ahead of 2026 elections. TVK had to form alliance ahead of 2026 election.
Of course.
So we will get clear information once Vijay reaches the Delhi airport.
Well, my colleague Vijay there getting us the latest updates and in fact showing us the exact very moment where TVK Supremo and actor Vijay made his way to the Chennai International Airport, now from where he'll just be taking off in a private chartered flight to Delhi. Meanwhile, my colleague Sam Daniels also continues to join us. Sam, a very important question here. Speaking of the 41 deceased victims' families and the dozens who've been injured, because in such high-profile cases, it's very often that the voices of the affected, the voices of the victims drown out eventually. So what's the update on the families? How are the families of the 41 deceased holding up? And moreover, have they and the injured both been informed about the progress of the case? What are you hearing from the victim side, Sam?
Interestingly, Arjun, victims did not complain against Vijay, but some of them had blamed the government. They alleged that the government, the police in particular, did not provide enough security, did not manage the crowd well, and politically the party had blamed it on the ruling DMK, calling it a conspiracy. 41 people, including women and children, died, and many suffered injuries. They also keep a close track of these developments, particularly over the last couple of months when the CBI had summoned many of the injured, the family members, also the police personnel and senior functionaries of the TVK. And it will be interesting to see how the CBI looks at it, whether the CBI would also hold the TVK accountable in a sense for underestimating the crowd, and did they make enough arrangements in terms of drinking water, food and crowd control measures in that sense. But we'll have to wait for a formal response by the TVK after Vijay appears before the CBI. But the people, the families who lost their near and dear ones largely stand with Vijay. Interestingly, nobody blames the party for this, and of course the government at that point in time, the state government, had blamed it on the TVK for one inordinate delay by Vijay for coming to the venue, a delay of more than 7 hours that the police claimed had led to the crowd surging, and the thousands of people gathered there had turned weary and fatigued because of lack of drinking water and inadequate food.
Hold on to that thought there. A very important point you mentioned there, that the TVK in fact blamed the state government for this, and the victims themselves have not blamed Vijay. I'd like to take that to my colleague Vijay, who's at the Chennai International Airport, who remains at the Chennai International Airport and just showed us shots of the actor just getting in. Now Vijay, we are meant to understand that senior officials, not only police officials, but also administrative officials, including the collector, were also interrogated for around 20 hours. And not only this, the campaign bus, very importantly, the campaign bus in which Vijay was present on that fateful day of September 27th, has also been re-examined. What more can you tell us on that front, Vijay?
Arjuna, as the part of inquiry, CBI inquired the TVK second line leaders like N. Anand, TVK General Secretary N. Anand, CTR Nirmal Kumar and Adav Arjuna. Why so? Because these three are the responsibility for the campaign in getting police permission, in Karur district. So these three are the top second line leaders who arranged all the arrangements for Vijay's poll campaign and all from Trichy, where Vijay started, to last campaign which was on E-Road before the stampede where exactly happened. So these are all these three leaders are responsibility for this. So on that context, they were summoned by the CBI, and they, like you mentioned, they were inquired by the CBI officials more than 20 hours. Even after the inquiry, CTR Nirmal Kumar addressed the press saying that they asked many things. Video evidence and all we submitted on behalf of TVK, because you see how the campaign vehicle actually designed for the TVK chief Vijay. It has more CCTVs on all the corners of the campaign vehicle itself. There are video evidences how Vijay actually moved through the crowd and what exactly happened. The timeline of events is also important. So these are all the angles CBI is looking into it, because you see the allegations by the DMK government is Vijay deliberately delayed in reaching the Karur, which was the main reason for the Karur Stampede. So in this context, CBI looking into the timeline when Vijay actually reached the, before there was a campaign where Vijay does, before the Karur, there was another district where Vijay does the campaign. So after completing the district, Vijay entered the Karur to do campaign. So these, in this context, CBI had inquired the second line leaders, and even inspected the campaign vehicle yesterday, and inspected they inquired the driver also, campaign vehicle driver also.
Right.
It is said to be the driver was asked about the details, how was the crowd, and after the stampede, where the campaign vehicle went, and when Vijay reached the airport to move to Chennai. So these are all the angles CBI is looking into it.
Absolutely,
we have to get
Vijay.
more details once the inquiry is completely over.
Absolutely, and a very important point again you raised there. Now, this is not only about an incident, an unfortunate incident occurs, then there's an investigation that is put into place. The same song and dance, if I may say, all the time, all over again and again. I'd like to again bring in my colleague Sam Daniel, Chennai Bureau Chief, on one more very, very important humane aspect of such stories. Sam, see, you've been covering such political rallies for decades in the South there. Now, what responsibility, Sam, do political parties have in fact, ensuring the safety of their supporters? And more importantly, in this case, the state administration, have there been any lessons that are being learned here, Sam?
Arjun, certainly this tragedy is unprecedented in Tamil Nadu's history, that a political rally turned into a stampede, killing 41 people. And after this, the Tamil Nadu government had put in place a committee to frame guidelines for political parties holding rallies and road shows. It was, in fact, a petition by the TVK to the court asking for standard uniform guidelines for all political parties, and paved way for this. Now the state government has a draft guidelines ready, and very soon this is to be implemented. This requires proper crowd management, provision of drinking water, food and toilets, and obtaining permission much early, not in the last minute. And it becomes mandatory on the part of the organizers to provide designated structured accommodation to hold enclosures to hold the hundreds of party cadre who gather, so that there'll be better crowd control, better crowd management. Even in the case of a stampede, it will be limited. There will be no scope for a repeat of this kind of this thing. And then police also visit the place, inspect the place before they grant their nod. And now this, the government hopes, will set a precedent, will set a model for other states also to follow, perhaps to refine and make it even better on a continuous basis. And with Tamil Nadu going for polls in a few months, one can see this particular thing coming into place.
Sam, stay with us. Meanwhile, viewers, let me quickly take you through the CBI probe, where it has reached so far and what can be expected. First up, as per the CBI probe, security official statements and traffic official statements have been recorded. Not only security and traffic official statement, but duty rosters and deployment plans and even communication logs have been examined. We're getting to learn that the entire duration of this investigation, the tapes that the CBI has are somewhere around 20 long hours. Next up, what more has been done? CBI has carried out questioning at the TVK headquarters as well. Remember, the management of this event, of the rally, of his first big rally, in fact, was done by the office bearers at the TVK. And in fact, it was this very rally on the September 27th when the actor sounded his poll bugle, his entry, active entry into politics. Forensic examination of Vijay's campaign vehicle. As we were just speaking, his campaign vehicle that was parked ever since is now being examined. And as my colleague Vijay was informing us, there's CCTV footage from the campaign vehicle, which Vijay was in fact using, laden with multiple CCTVs, is also under matter of scrutiny now. With this, I'll go. That's, by the way, where the probe stands right now. And Sam Daniel, the Chennai Bureau Chief, continues to be with me. Sam, one more very important question arising here, especially in the case of Tamil Nadu. We've seen from the times of Jayalalitha and even earlier, politicians are treated as demigods. As you also mentioned, that despite 41 lives being lost, dozens being injured, the victims' kin and those injured themselves do not pin the blame on Vijay. So does the demigod status, especially in the state of Tamil Nadu, also has to do with the sheer apathy against people?
Well, Vijay, no doubt, Arjun, commands a cult following, particularly with large sections of young voters, first-time voters and women, besides others who may not be so far politically affiliated. It's in this context we'll have to see Vijay's potential in Tamil Nadu politics as he makes his debut ahead of the 2026 assembly elections. And soon after the tragedy, it took a while for Vijay to understand the gravity of the situation and then to respond. And weeks after that, he called them to his office in Chennai. He met them there. And the party also granted them a large sum of relief in that sense, 20 lakh rupees for every family who lost the near or dear one. And then the party also has assured them that they will travel along with them to make sure their needs, the educational requirements of those of their children would be completely met. And call it love, call it their view. Nobody complained against Vijay, and they all towed the party's line that there could be conspiracy or there could be police failure in terms of their crowd control and crowd management strategy. And it's in that context the CBI would also be probing to fix accountability, who failed where and whether there is also failure on the part of the party, the police and the local authorities. And now, of course, we have a system in place in Tamil Nadu to hold such rallies, and the government has at the moment denied permission for road shows, but they have a clear guidelines in place for hosting such large political rallies. The most important difference you see now is designated enclosures spread across the large grounds where these meetings are held, so that the crowds will be divided. There will be less chances of a stampede. Even if it happens, it will be very, very limited. There will be no free movement of people. Instead, they'll all be confined to those designated enclosures for better crowd control and crowd management. Arjun.